Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Second Breakfast podcast. I'm Andy Roth, alongside Phil Duvall. Say hi, Phil.
I don't have time to say hi. I'm getting angry. Urgh, urgh.
Why are you getting angry, Phil?
Well, because we're about to do an indefensible position conversation where one of us says something totally indefensible and we argue about it. And I want to be appropriately combative for this. And I'm not really
Nice.
mad, so I'm trying to get mad because,
Nice. Hulk smash mad?
oh, Andy, you're an idiot. You're a real stupid person. You know that? You're a real boy. Are you dumb? That's all. I don't have a lot. I don't have a lot.
you're you're not selling this. You're not selling this the way you could be
I'm
selling
worried
it.
I'm not going to be able to pull off the arguing the indefensible position today. Okay, let's tell everyone what the indefensible position is.
The indefensible position: movies should never be longer than 3 hours.
Andy, that is an indefensible position.
Actually, I kind of agree with it. No,
Okay.
I don't.
So here's the question: Do you
Yeah.
who's going to take which side?
I would love to defend this first.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah. Uh, Not only, I mean, look, I could go Lawrence of Arabia, right?
Easy.
I could go Branagh's Hamlet,
Yes.
but I'm going to get even more specific. Some of the Lord of the Rings movies, two of them, two of the three, were less than 3 hours in the theaters, and then when they released, so they released the theatrical edition on DVD, and then released extended editions, and both of them are better.
Wait.
And
So you're arguing against? Oh, I thought we were going to defend. I thought we were going to defend the position first. You're not defending the position at all. You're
I,
attacking the position.
yes, sorry, my
Oh,
bad, my bad.
continue. It's fine.
Recalibrate,
I
recalibrate.
have to. I have to rethink my whole thing. I'm like, where is he going with this? I've got to. One of us has to actually argue for the position before the other person knocks it down. I thought, but I guess we're just friggin' whatever we want to do here, people.
Audience, this is my way of making Phil angry. Let's see if it's working.
I don't understand anything anymore.
I'm going to say it like this because that makes it seem like it's my plan and I didn't just screw up royally.
This isn't vodka. What?
What is going on?
Someone replaced my moonshine with water. I am furious.
So,
So I'm taking the position right now that movies should never be more than 3 hours. That's the
yes.
idea?
Yes.
Okay, Andy, movies should never be more than 3 hours.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Start talking with your Lawrence. I'm not even going to use Lawrence of Arabia. Yeah, the part of it is I have to belittle you. I'm not even going to use Lawrence of Arabia or Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet, which is good because no one would use Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet as an example. And then you're going to use how the director's editions of the Lord of the Rings trilogy were better. Continue.
Is that what I sound like? Were you just doing an impression of me? Is that
You
what that
know,
was?
it's not how you sound literally. It's how you sound spiritually and figuratively. It's like I'm channeling your aura, and you sound like a
Nice.
total.
Oh, look at me. I'm Andy. Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think of how I was going to call you one thing, and then I was like, nope, PG podcast, and I was going to call you another thing, and I was like, nope, still PG podcast. So yeah, don't do that. Go ahead, use your argument. You were saying that the extended editions of Lord of the Rings movies are all 3 hours long and more, and they're better
Yes.
than the original.
Yes.
Is that your whole argument?
I feel like I only need to poke a little hole in this one because movies would I want to watch even this might come as a shock. Would I want to watch a 3 hour zombie movie? No. Unless it were World War Z the way World War Z should have been done.
No, because
I
it
would
should have been a television show.
agreed, which would last
I
for
think
more than 3 hours.
I think anything over 2 hours could just be a television show and we'd be fine. I think Lord of the Rings is, frankly, of course you think that the 3.5 hour and the 4.5 hour last movie is the way it's supposed to be. but there's a reason why they only put it on DVD, so only the nerdiest nerds could ever nerd it. I mean, buy it. Because they recognize that that's not actually a way to film a movie.
Sure.
And this 3 hour version of The Hobbit that didn't even get through, it barely got them out of the house. It was like watching The Hobbit in real time. It's like, did I watch them sleep for 8 hours? I think I'm not sure. It's rough. I don't. It. Woody Allen once said, "If I can't tell a story in 120 minutes, it's not my story to tell." And I feel like realistically, 2 hours is a perfectly acceptable amount of time. I love when movies are 90 minutes. I don't see the point. Like, yes, I get that movies have been 3 hours long and have been good, but I think one can make the case that the fact that they were 3 hours long was not what made them good. That's some hip editing. We would have been in good shape, my friend.
I disagree. I wouldn't. What would you cut out of Lawrence of Arabia?
I haven't seen Lawrence of Arabia. It's too long.
What would you cut out of? Have you seen?
Go ahead.
Oh, I hate you. I hate you so much. There's so much
Sorry.
hate for you in my heart.
Okay.
Oh.
Is this podcast 3 hours long yet?
And let me put it this way: the Lawrence of Arabia doesn't just get over the 3 hour barrier. It blasts.
It's like 4.5. I know.
It's not
So
that
make
long,
it
but it's a good
so
3.5.
make it 2 movies and just call it a day. Part one this year. Part two 6 months later. Kill Bill did it. Everybody felt fine.
Yeah, but that's actually a fairly new thing, right?
Okay.
The Kill Bill doing it, the Harry Potter 7 Part 1 and 2, Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2.
I can't. That's not even a thing. What you just said.
I think I just lost this argument just because I invoked
you just
it.
brought up Twilight and you lost. Secondly, yes, you are right. It's a new thing, relatively. You know what else is a relatively new thing?
What's that?
Chemotherapy. Okay, and we're pretty glad we have that. Okay, I could make a list of things that are new. Okay, hybrid cars. Okay, I think recycling is relatively new.
Can we just let's pump the brakes? And I just want to be clear: you're not comparing sitting in a movie theater for over 3 hours to cancer. Can I just make that clear?
Let me say that I think if you were getting your chemo treatment, maybe that would be a time to watch a 3 hour movie, because sometimes it takes a long time for that. But what I am saying is that the idea that it's a relatively new idea, great, but let's jump on this bandwagon. It seems to work beautifully. You know, like casting black people in movies as things other than the first target to get shot or a slave or a helper is relatively new. It's a great innovation.
Yes.
Movies are better because of it.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and make movies better by never making them 3 hours long. If your movie is over the 2.5 mark, add a half hour, make it 3, cut it into 2. You got two 90-minute movies. You're making twice as much money. You know who would go see a 90-minute movie? Friggin' everybody.
Sure.
But and you'd like it so much you'd be like, well, I got to see part 2. But you know who would see a 3 hour movie? Considerably less people. That's my argument, and I think it's a good one. I'm trying to channel my brother because he believes this deeply. He doesn't understand why movies should be 3 hours.
Movies,
and neither do I.
This is my last argument, and it's a little fuzzy, which is why I'm putting it last. But I believe it was Roger Ebert. It might have been Gene Siskel, or it could have been someone completely different. I don't know. It could have been everyone in the world. I'm pretty sure it wasn't you or me. Said, no good movie is too long, and no bad movie is short enough. And while I know that's like hippy dippy, I actually believe that. Like 3 hours long, if it's done well, means you get to spend more time in that world.
Okay.
I think that's worthwhile.
I think that's a really wonderful reason for miniseries and television shows on HBO.
You're just the worst. You're the worst person in the
I
world.
am defending the indefensible position, Andy. If you want me to sit still for a story that lasts longer than 98 minutes to 120 minutes, make it a really bitchin' television show, and I will watch it on
Lawrence of
HBO
Arabia would
on
never
my
be made as a
couch.
television show.
That's not my fault.
In this world you're creating, it is.
I'm just trying to make the world a better place. It could be made into a two-part film. Lawrence of Arabia Part 1. If it's so amazing, why not? There's
Because
even an
it works as
intermission in
one
that movie.
cohesive thing.
Instead of an intermission, put a friggin'
Because it works
credits.
as one cohesive thing.
Sure. So does Kill Bill. Kill Bill was made as one movie and then edited into two. Because Tarantino
Are
was
you
like,
telling me you wouldn't see Kill Bill as one thing?
I am saying that it didn't need to be, and he proved why. Listen, I am trying to defend the indefensible position, and I've done
Very
a pretty good
diplomatic.
job.
You're the Switch?
I brought chemotherapy up. I think I
I
win this
know.
one.
It's the classiest you've ever been.
I have a tattoo of the word classy in cursive writing right above my crack. It's that's how you know that I'm classy. It's right there. Whenever I bend over to pick something up, you see it.
We don't talk much about television on this show, but there is a sitcom that I love called Happy Endings, and this guy is dancing with a woman with a stay grounded tattoo in the small of her back, and he's like, you have and he doesn't even say I like it. He's like, you have a tattoo that says stay grounded. She goes, it really she's like turning around to talk to him like, it really reminds me just to stay grounded. And he goes, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And she's like, what? He goes, that's awesome. It's amazing. It's Shall we switch?
Switch it. Go ahead. Defend it. See what you got, son.
The running time.
For a second, I thought you were about to have a seizure. I'm glad you brought it back. Okay, go ahead. The running time.
Me too. Phil, you're not the only one who's glad that I'm not having a seizure.
It's true.
Here's some running times for you. Citizen Kane. 1 minute shy of 2 hours.
Love it.
Casablanca.
Yeah.
An hour and 42 minutes.
Yes.
The Bridge on the River Kwai.
Uh-oh.
Amazing movie. Still under 3 hours.
I love what
Over
you're
2.5.
Yeah.
Under 3. The Third Man. One of the most amazing movies that, for some reason, people don't talk about enough. Barely over 100 minutes. Well
Genius.
short
Yeah.
of 2 hours.
Yeah.
Hoop Dreams.
Yep.
A documentary about...
Oh my God. Your argument is longer than 3 hours.
I know. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And you wish it were shorter, don't you? Just like this, right? This is a movie. Hoop Dreams is a documentary that takes two kids from 8th grade to college, and it still comes in at under 3 hours. Okay?
Okay.
Schindler's List.
Golly, you've missed the most obvious choice so far, but continue.
6 minutes over 3 hours.
Too
Now,
long.
I mean,
I can't believe that you. Well, I'm on the other side of this now, right? I
Yeah.
can't believe you would say anything negative about Schindler's List. That's disgusting, you anti-Semite. Okay,
it's true. It's
what's
true.
funny to me
I
is
am
you haven't even
strikingly
mentioned.
anti-Jew.
I've felt that way about you for years. This is just confirms my suspicions. It blows my mind, by the way. You haven't even mentioned Godfather Part 1, which is 178 minutes.
Can I tell you that that's wonderful because I didn't even look it up because I was like, that's got to be over 3 hours.
I don't mind fighting your battles for you because I'm so convinced you're wrong that I don't even mind helping you out. Here, let me help you out.
What you got?
Goodfellas is, let's see how long Goodfellas is. I'm just going to help you out here. I know Pulp Fiction is under 3. Goodfellas is like 2.5 hours long. Yeah, so you're saying that there's a bunch of good movies that were made that were under 3 hours. That's my
Die
whole
Hard.
I'm going to do this for 3 hours because...
Die Hard's under 3 hours.
Of course,
RoboCop,
there's a bunch of good movies that are under 3 hours. That's awesome.
Terminator, Terminator 2, Terminator 3.
First of all,
That's not a good movie. I was just seeing if you're paying
Godfather
attention.
Part Two is
Yes.
3 hours and 20 minutes of glory. Seven Samurai is I think 4 hours and 20 minutes. Um, okay, my best argument. You ready for it?
Please.
All three Lord of the Rings movies, the extended editions, are over 3 hours, and they're all amazing. How you like that argument? Um, Here's the deal, right? Hamlet, 4 hours long, Kenneth Branagh's version. Amazing. There's a little movie you may or may not be aware of, okay? It's called Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Phil.
It's 216 minutes. I'm actually kidding. Listen, here's what I want to say. What, go ahead.
I want to disagree with you, but the points you make are so amazing.
Look, I get that movies don't have to be 3 hours long, and I think that's great. I like the fact that there are 90-minute movies. I think there's something what movies are great at that almost nothing else in our culture right now does this. Theater used to do this. I mean, the funny thing is that we don't realize is Shakespeare, and I mean, I know, oh, Shakespeare, blah, blah, blah. We don't realize that Shakespeare was like for the people. Like it was
like the
it was
old school
very
of its
popular
day.
entertainment.
Anchorman.
And it was a 4 hour show that it was a popular entertainment, or 3.5 hours. And that was perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
And because people went away and they were like if you went and saw a rock show and it only lasted an hour and a half, you'd be like,
Really?
what's the deal?
Yeah.
Like, you want something that's going to take time. And then to me, movies, I don't think all movies should be really long.
No.
But I think if a filmmaker can make a great movie that's over 3 hours, I think it is an event. And I think that it is people who do that are still acknowledging that the movie is at its essence a larger than life thing. You're standing in front of sitting in front of a ginormous screen with a group of people eating popcorn that cost you $30. It's all supersized in life,
Yeah.
and a tub of soda which you could swim in or get diabetes from, depending on what you choose, and it's all like it's a recognition that you are spending an evening doing something, that you're part of something, and it's a collective experience. And some of those stories, Gandhi,
Yeah.
like, look, I don't have to read any of Gandhi's works now because I've seen the movie, so now I get it. Thank you, Gandhi. Thank you, Richard Attenborough. But I do. You're okay. I think like any really good book, there are really good books that are 200 pages, and then there are good books that are 600 or 800 pages or 1,000 pages. And the reality is that what they do is that they add some level of texture and depth that other stuff just can't do. You know, I mean, like, there's only so much you can get into in an hour. There's only so much you can get into in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
3 hours you can add. Now, it can be done terribly.
Indeed.
And it can be very boring. But you know what? If you can't handle a 3 hour movie, don't go. I don't want you there.
I'd like to clarify my point about Schindler's List. I love that movie. Love is a weird term to use for that movie, but it's a masterpiece. But I'm reasonably sure he could have found 6 minutes and 1 second to cut somewhere.
Lame.
And my point is, I'm going to drop the artifice for a second because I clearly agree with you. There's just so much, and I think you said it best when you said at the end, there's just so much you can put into an hour. And there are movies that the stories they tell are economical at 3 hours long.
Yeah.
You know?
Look, you and I went and saw Lord of the Rings: Return of the King twice on opening day.
Yes.
And my sciatica was not happy about it, but my brain and my heart were.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's a great story. What's the issue here? You know?
Yeah.
So you really didn't even kind of want to argue the indefensible position.
I didn't.
I mean, I really do think that we have to deal with the reality that people's attention spans aren't what they used to be. And if movies purport to be popular entertainment, I think when you make a movie over 3 hours, it's really hard to argue that you are popular entertainment. And I think The Dark Knight Rises was more than 3 hours, and it was by far the least popular of the series.
Yeah.
and a lot of people just weren't in for it. I think it's something to be. I just I think my wife doesn't want to watch a 3 hour movie. I mean, she will, but I mean, did you want to watch it? Would you ever want to watch a 3 hour movie?
I don't know what it is.
But I mean, if I told you it was 3 hours, you'd be like, oh boy. She'd think twice. She'd be like, what are we doing here?
Sure.
For the love of God.
Well,
So,
I mean, not for nothing. I imagine you're going to have to deal with your fair share of them on the AFI Top 100, which you guys are watching, right?
it's going to crush her. I won't care. It's going to be great. But yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's a big deal. It's like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah. You know what? You know what's an argument against 3 hour movies? Titanic.
Oh,
James
aptly named film. Too big, unsteerable, and ends disastrously. Aptly named film.
Indeed.
God, talk about gilding the lily. That movie is one. That's one big gilded lily. That movie.
Right. Indeed.
It's a magnificent looking film,
Agreed.
and that is all. I just can't give it more than that.
Sure.
I adore Kate Winslet. I love Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
There is literally a character who is more of an Italian stereotype than Roberto Benigni. He's like, hey, my name is Luigi. You want a pizza pie? Hey, pafanculo. Oh. It's like, okay. What's the matter? He might have been like, what's the matter, you?
It's a me, Mario. Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah. So Titanic. I think that's my best argument right there.
Against.
Right?
Yeah, and my best argument for is Godfather Part 2, because I think it's the best example of here's a movie that clearly needed 3 hours plus to tell, and it is exceedingly watchable. And even people who aren't movie snobs are like cannot argue against Godfather. Like my brother, who would argue against 3 hour movies, would never argue against Godfather Part 2. Now that he's here, if he hears this and he gets contrarian, he might try to be like, well, I'm sure they could have found 25 minutes, because that's the kind of guy he is. But I'm telling you,
Right.
3 hour movies have a place. I think you do limit your audience, and I think that's problematic. But you know what? Sorry, you got to tell the story you got to tell. I'm a little artsy about that.
My two favorite Kurosawa movies, and I just can't choose between the two of them: Ikiru and Seven Samurai. Seven Samurai is an awfully long movie. It's approaching 3.5.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was more than that. I thought it was 4.
It's 207 minutes.
Okay.
But Ikiru, which is the single most moving,
I know. Yes, you've talked about this movie many times.
is not 2.5 hours long. It's an hour.
I mean,
it's
the funny thing about
140
Seven Samurai
something
is I think
minutes.
Seven Samurai is amazing, but it's 3.5 hours long. Magnificent Seven tells the exact same story in 2 hours. So where'd that hour and a half go?
Why I think it's a better movie than Magnificent Seven. I love Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, I need to watch it. Now that I've seen Magnificent Seven, I want to go back and watch Seven Samurai.
Sure. It's worth it.
Oh, I know it is. All right, let's rock and roll. We're done.
Let's do this. So, Indefensible Position. Movies. Be as long as you want. Just be good.
Please.
I mean, seriously, there's nothing out good right now.
Ugh,
just
God.
be good.
Go see
However
Warm
long you
Bodies.
are.
Go see Warm Bodies again.
Yeah, go see Warm Bodies. Or nothing. Nothing. There's nothing
Go
else.
call someone you love. Don't go to the movies today. Just go talk to someone.
Read a book. Read a book. Sit under a tree.
Right. Like Ferdinand, the Reluctant Bull. Do something with yourself.
Do something.
I'm going to go watch TV, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to go watch TV too.
Okay.
This has been another Second Breakfast podcast. I'm Andy Roth. That's Phil Duvall. We'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.